Dear students, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You are watching the 100 Days of Data Science. This is a beginner's course on data science. You are watching the lecture 6, and the topic for today's discussion is what is machine learning. This is the data science refresher by Venture Study Education. So coming to today's agenda. So today we would be discussing about what is machine learning. We would be discussing about the various ML algorithms. We will also be going a little deeper into what should we expect when we would be doing an actual machine learning course later in this series. We will also be discussing the differences between machine learning and deep learning. We would be also understanding why Python is important for machine learning, and then we'll be taking a recap. So this is the lecture 6. Machine learning. What is machine learning? Machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence that allows software applications to become more accurate at predicting outcomes without being explicitly programmed to do so. Machine learning algorithms use historical data as input to predict new output values. So, for example, we will soon be when we would be discussing the machine learning in detail. We would be going through a particular sort of a project, a capstone project, like it has been already been developed and I guess should be available on Kaggle. So this particular project will be more about Tesla, and we would be giving the model a particular data set, and we would be asking the model to train itself and predict the future share market, I mean the stock prices for Tesla for a future date. So it's like the share market prediction for Tesla is the project. So these projects, what they do is they take a lot of data and then use some of the data for training purposes and some of the data for testing purposes. So this is the way by which the machine learning algorithms generally function, and we would be going in depth later. But for now, we are just giving you an introduction about what actually machine learning is. So coming to the history of machine learning. So who is called the father of machine learning? Jeffrey Everest Hinton, CCFRS FRSC, who was born on 6 December 1947. He is a British Canadian cognitive psychologist and a computer scientist. He is most noted for his work on artificial neural networks, and he is also called the father of machine learning. Machine learning. What are the various types of machine learning? So there are majorly 3 types of machine learning: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. So these are the major 3 types of the machine learning. So as you can see in this particular slide, machine learning is divided into 2 major parts, that is supervised and unsupervised. In supervised, we have the major 2 parts, that are the classification and regression, and in unsupervised we have clustering and dimension reduction. So classification is nothing but just predicting a categorical variable. In this we take an input, that is the labeled data set, and we provide an output, which are the discrete values. So we will go in depth later. This session is just for starting up with machine learning. So what we are planning to do is we are going to have various introductory sessions for all the major topics that are in artificial intelligence and data science, and then slowly we will be starting to go in depth into each of the topics. Once you have a good idea about the what exactly are you going to study inside data science. So before this lecture, as you can see in our previous videos, that previous lectures, that we learned more about statistics, and we also studied more about the basics of data science and what the jobs and salaries and other discussions about the data science we have already discussed. So now in this session we are just starting up with the basic definitions of machine learning and want to give you an idea about what machine learning is and how you can get started with this. So we have till now discussed that there are two major parts in machine learning: supervised and unsupervised. We are not taking reinforcement learning at this moment. In supervised you have classification and regression. We have discussed classification. In classification the major algorithms are decision tree, support vector machines. So these are the two major algorithms. When we come to regression, it is also a type of supervised machine learning wherein we are predicting a numeric variable. The input is the labeled dataset and the output is continuous values. The major algorithms that we will study in regression are linear regression, decision trees, and random forests. So this was the supervised machine learning. Now in unsupervised machine learning, we have clustering and dimension reduction. So clustering is basically to identify a pattern or a group of similar objects. In this, the major algorithms are k-means clustering and artificial neural networks. In the dimension reduction, on the other hand, we use it for reduction in the number of variables being considered to find the exact information required. The major algorithm are PCOA or principal component algorithm. So coming to the next slide, what generally is machine learning used for? So machine learning is generally used in recommendation engines. Recommendation engines are a common use case for machine learning. Other popular use cases involve the fraud transaction, spam filtering, malware threat, business process automation, and predictive maintenance. So coming to the recommendation engine. So in recommendation engines, we have, let us say, we want to give the user a recommendation about a product. So let us say a user is sitting in his home and using a mobile device to view the various eyewear eyeglasses that are available online at a particular store. So machine learning can actually help in creating, if it is worked under a recommendation engine. So we can actually create a machine learning based recommendation engine for the website or the store, wherein it can help the user to select an eyewear or an eyeglass in a manner that it suits the user's personality, customer's personality. It suits the size and also accurately predicts the eye number or the number of the glasses. So this thing, if it is like done for a store, so we can solve this particular challenge by using the recommendation engine for an eyewear store. So there can be other, you can also utilize the recommendation engines in the fashion. There are a few startups in India that are utilizing the machine learning for creating recommendation engines in fashions. I personally know one particular startup that is acing this particular technology, wherein a customer walks into a big store and they have magic mirrors installed, and when the person actually looks inside the mirror, he can browse through a collection of various fashion apparels that are available in the store, and the customer can try these out virtually, like you do in a metaverse. And the algorithms helps in recommending the best products that would suit the body of the customer and will look good and within his budget. So there are a lot of recommendation engines, and also predictive maintenance can be done with machine learning. Like I was earlier a pilot part that was using design thinking while working. So there case study was to create the predictive maintenance models for a particular big organization that had a lot of equipments going inside the mines. So this helped, our technology actually helped them to predict when would a particular machine or a particular crane will require, or a particular truck would require a lot of maintenance. We can predict that, so it saved a lot of time, money and effort for the company. So we have a lot of these particular technologies that you can work around, play around with. And machine learning is the heart to creating the recommendation engines, and also can be used in fraud detection, like the credit card fraud, the MasterCard fraud, Visa fraud, and other frauds that can take place, banking frauds, NPA, non-performing asset frauds, something like that. So this is the way machine learning can. So I hope you liked today's lecture. In the next lecture, we would be going in a little detail about machine learning algorithms, how we can start coding creating machine learning algorithms, what does the machine learning algorithms do, how they are developed, and what are the major machine learning algorithms. We would be discussing these in detail in the next lecture, that is lecture 7. So I hope you liked today's lecture. If you are looking, or someone of your known is looking for an authentic government job, or government exams or results and notifications in India, you can go to sarkariresultsandjobs.com. So that's it for today. I hope you liked today's lecture. Please do like, share and subscribe and comment. You're watching the Venture Story Education. This is the Data Science Refresher. Thank you.